Welcome in, everyone. It's been a long time since I've made a YouTube video, so please forgive me if this is a little messy, but I really love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and I kind of wanted to just give my thoughts and opinions on some much needed quality of life changes that I think would be great additions to the game. Starting off, the number one thing, honestly, that I would love to see them add is being able to see what level your perk is when it's not in your current skill tree. As you can see in the screenshot I'll put on screen, I have the big swings perk here, and I have this thing at level 3, but when I don't actually have the perk unlocked, I don't know what level it's at. And also, you know, maybe some of you are perfectionists like me and you want to get all of your perks on your favorite character to level 3. It's kind of tricky to do that, especially with the random perks in the current system. So that's my number one change, honestly. Second thing I'd love to see them add is better button mapping or key rebinding. I know everyone hates this comparison, but Dead by Daylight struggled with that same exact thing for the longest time for controller players. They did finally eventually add it, which was much needed. Still not perfect, but it's pretty dang good. And TCM actually does have key rebinding, but only for PC. So for us controller players, it's a struggle. I know you've been there if you've gone to disable Hitchhiker's Trap in front of the fuse box. Try and disable the trap, get locked on the fuse box, and the next thing you know, boom, you're trapped, you're dead, game over. So if we could get some better key rebinding, especially on controller, would be much, much appreciated. I would also love to see them kind of rework the skill trees a bit. They're just slow, honestly. They're slow, they're a little bit laggy. I think there's a lot that could really go into the skill trees. And, you know, not to tie it back to Dead by Daylight, but they also struggled with this for the longest time. And I think it was within the last year, they finally sped up the skill tree. They made the auto redeem, so you could immediately fill up the tree. Obviously this game's a little bit different in how that works. If they were able to implement something similar that would, you know, obviously fit the game, I think that would go a long way. Really just, you know, making it go quicker would be great. Obviously there's some things you have to consider because, you know, this game, you do have the skill points, yada yada yada. I'm sure they could figure something out, but I think that would be nice because everyone hates, you know, you're trying to get the random perks you want. No one wants to sit there forever and ever and ever, just constantly resetting the skill tree and then taking the slowness in to get your perks. And to bounce off number 3, in the same vein of reworking skill trees, I would love to see us get one skill tree per loadout. We have the ability to have multiple loadouts, which is great, but you can't always get like different builds from the same skill tree. I think if that were changed, so, you know, I have loadout 1, that's its own skill tree. Loadout 2, that's its own skill tree. I think this is the solution that would honestly solve everyone's skill tree issue. I know people hate the random perks. I don't think it's that bad personally. I get the idea behind it. Obviously you don't want to have perks on the same side of the skill tree, so that's important too. No one wants to see Grappler stacked with empowered in the current state, but it is what it is. And personally, you know, I think if we get multiple skill trees and have, you know, one per loadout, I think that would solve everyone's problems. For number 5, this is a small thing, and I believe it's already been confirmed that they are working on this as like a major perk update. I'm all about buffing perks instead of nerfing them, and I think there's quite a few that could certainly use a buff. Bring home the bacon, change it, get rid of it. I don't know. No one uses it. I've never seen anyone use it. Do something with that. Insulated. Didn't even know this was a perk in the game. Booby trap lamps don't stun you. If you are out there using that, let me know. I want to see your build because I've never seen that one either. And then this is a fantastic perk for Cook and Johnny, I believe, who are the only 2 people that can have it. Warmed up after winning or losing a close encounter, gain 40% ability charge. And let me tell you, having that on Johnny, poof, you know, maybe too OP. But yeah, I don't know. Do something with some of these perks because there's a lot of filler, and I don't know. I think that could be changed. Number 6, this one has been long requested. I see it all the time on Reddit. I see it all the time on Twitter and Discord. Give us custom lobbies with less than 4 people. Let's do 2 people, 1v1. Let's do 1 person. You know, I don't care. If you want to learn the map, explore, let's have that ability. Maybe that will come in the future. I would almost guarantee they have to be working on this. The amount of times I've seen it and they've commented, we'll forward this to the team. The fact that it isn't in the game already is odd. It seems like it should be an easy change to make. I don't know. I'm not a game developer, but this needs to be in the game. All right, this is my last time I'm bringing up Dead by Daylight, but I know they recently announced. Honestly, I don't even know if it's in effect because I don't play the game anymore. But map rotation system, I believe they added that. I would love to see that added to TCM. I don't really know how you could add it at this point in time. Right now where the game stands, we only have 4 maps. Obviously you have a couple of iterations of those maps, the way it's generated at the beginning, but maybe as we get more maps, that would be a thing they could add. No one wants to play Family House 5 times in a row, Gas Station 6 times in a row. I know when Nancy's House released, people were sick of that pretty quick, but I think this is something that maybe has some potential in the future to be added. All right, maybe a slightly controversial one here. Number 8, give us the option to adjust the chainsaw sound. I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I see both sides of the argument, to be honest with you. Playing Leatherface is a ton of fun, but man, after a while, that chainsaw, it just hurts. It hurts. It really does. And I know initially people said that the Nicotero Leatherface was pay to win. I think that one honestly might be louder. That's just me though. But, I would love to be able to tweak the volume. I get it from the other side of things though. If you are going to be constantly revving your chainsaw, well, maybe you shouldn't hear when the battery kicks off, or maybe you shouldn't hear when the generator gets kicked. I do get that from the victim side of things, but the chainsaw is just so loud. Please let us turn it down a little bit somewhere. Thank you. All right, number 9, kind of another minor one as well. I would like to see just better descriptions and maybe some clarification on things. I know sometimes they do follow up with people in the forums of answering questions, but honestly, there's still so much out there that I'm not sure of, and I don't know if anyone's really sure of. Like, for example, the ability trees. Do they stack? Do they not stack? Do some stack? Do some not stack? I've kind of seen it both ways, and maybe I missed the resolution to that. But some added clarification on that would be good. And then just a couple other things, minor stuff like rubber boots. I know that perk description is just weird. Like level 1 and level 3 makes sense, but level 2 is a little different. I don't know if that's just like a text thing that they need to go in and eventually fix, and probably will, but minor stuff like that I think obviously could be cleaned up. Last but not least, I know this one is also going to be requested by many folks, a better party system. I know they're working on it. It does seem like it's been better. I know, we watch our favorite streamers. We see every 2 or 3 games, they are constantly getting kicked out, have to reparty, have to restart the game to reparty. I know it happens to Slash and Casts like every 3 games. It's ridiculous. I feel like I've had pretty good luck with this. It's pretty rare that, one of us gets kicked, but maybe there's a trigger. Maybe it's a platform thing. Who knows? But, a little bit of a change there to, make things better. I think that could go a long way. And there you have it. Hopefully you agreed or disagreed with some of this. I would love to know your thoughts on these, and if you have any additional quality of life changes that you personally would like to see. I have more that I didn't choose to include in the video. If we get a good response to this, maybe I'll make a part 2 with some of my other ones. I had a few more that were maybe a little more controversial, but I decided to leave them out of this and just keep with some of the bigger things for now. So yeah, that said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing, and or following me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Skeletoasty. I do stream there as well. That said, everyone, have a good rest of your day or night. Take care.